Imagine waking up, grabbing your phone, and checking your brokerage account. The market has just opened, but the screen is a bloodbath. The S&P 500 is down 5%. Individual tech stocks are plummeting by 10% or more, and the financial news networks are in full panic mode, throwing around words like collapse, crisis, and Black Swan. For the average investor, this is a nightmare. Years of steady, hard-earned portfolio gains are wiped out in a matter of days. But for the elite investor, the one who understands the mechanics of volatility, this is not a nightmare. It is a massive payday. Welcome to today's masterclass. Today, we are going completely under the hood of the financial markets to talk about the ultimate financial insurance policy, the VIX, also known as the Wall Street Fear Gauge. We are going to explore how you can use the VIX to hedge your portfolio, protect your wealth, and actually generate massive profits when unexpected Black Swan events hit the market. We will start with the simple mechanics of what the VIX is, and then we will dive deep into the advanced strategies, the hidden traps that bankrupt amateur traders, and real-world case studies. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to bulletproof your portfolio. Let's dive in. Before we can use the tool, we need to understand what the tool actually measures. VIX stands for the Chicago Board Options Exchange Volatility Index. It is not a stock, it is not a bond, and it is not a tangible commodity like gold or oil. The VIX is a mathematical calculation. Specifically, it measures the market's expectation of 30-day forward-looking volatility based on the pricing of options contracts on the S&P 500 index. Let me give you a real-world example. Think of the VIX like the price of hurricane insurance in Florida. In the middle of winter, when the skies are clear and the weather is calm, hurricane insurance is cheap. No one is worried. But if meteorologists suddenly announce a Category 5 hurricane is forming in the Atlantic and heading straight for Miami, what happens to the demand for insurance? It skyrockets. People panic, and they are willing to pay almost any premium to protect their homes. The stock market works the exact same way. When the economy is booming, corporate earnings are up, and everything is calm, the S&P 500 grinds higher. Investors are confident, so they don't buy put options, which are essentially insurance policies that protect against a market drop. Because demand for these options is low, their price is low, and the VIX sits at a very low level, usually somewhere between 10 and 15. But when a Black Swan hits, a sudden pandemic, an unexpected war, or a systemic banking failure, investors panic. They rush to buy put options to protect their portfolios. This massive spike in demand drives up the price of those options. The VIX formula captures this explosion in option premiums, and the index shoots up. This creates a heavily negative correlation. When the S&P 500 takes the elevator down, the VIX takes the rocket ship up. And that inverse relationship is exactly what we use to hedge. So, if the VIX goes up when the market crashes, how do we actually buy it? You cannot buy the VIX index directly. You can't just open your brokerage app and click buy 100 shares of VIX. Because it's a mathematical formula, you have to trade derivatives based on the VIX. There are three main ways retail and institutional investors access the VIX, ranging from easy to highly complex. Level 1. Volatility ETFs and EENs. Products like the VXX or the leveraged UVXY are the easiest way for retail traders to get exposure. You buy them just like a regular stock. If the market crashes tomorrow, UVXY will surge, offsetting the losses in your stock portfolio. It sounds perfect, right? Easy insurance. But here is where the amateurs get slaughtered. These products are fundamentally flawed for long-term holding. They suffer from something called contango. Level 2, VIX options. Instead of buying an ETF, you can buy call options directly on the VIX index. This gives you the right to profit if the VIX spikes above a certain level by a specific date. This is incredibly capital efficient. You might only risk $500 on a VIX call option, but if a Black Swan hits, that $500 could turn into $5,000 or $10,000 in a matter of days. Level 3, VIX futures. This is what the institutions use. You trade the actual futures contracts that the ETFs are based on. This requires a margin account, high capital, and a deep understanding of the futures term structure. For 99% of people watching this, You do not need to trade futures to effectively hedge. VIX options and short-term ETF trades will do the job. Now let's go deep. If you learn only one thing from this entire lecture, let it be this. Volatility is mean reverting, and volatility ETFs are designed to go to zero. Why? Because of Contango. Let's look at a classic beginner mistake. A retail investor decides they want to be protected from a market crash permanently. So they allocate 10% of their portfolio to a VIX ETF like VXX, and they just hold it. Over the next year, the stock market slowly goes up, but their VXX position doesn't just go down a little bit. It loses 60%, 70%, or even 80% of its value. This happens because VXX does not hold the VIX. It holds short-term VIX futures contracts. Every month, the fund managers have to sell the expiring futures contracts and buy the contract for the next month to maintain their position. In a normal, healthy market, the VIX futures curve is in Contango. This means the contract expiring next month is more expensive than the contract expiring this month. It's like selling your car for $10,000 and immediately being forced to buy the exact same car back for $11,000. You lose $1,000 in the transaction. The VIX ETFs do this every single day. They're constantly selling cheap, expiring contracts and buying expensive future contracts. This roll yield acts like a slow, bleeding tax. If you buy and hold a VIX ETF, you're standing in a bucket with a hole in it. Therefore, the golden rule of VIX hedging is this. You do not buy and hold volatility. You rent it, and you only rent it when you see the storm clouds gathering. To truly master this, we need to look at history. Let's examine 2 case studies that demonstrate how to use and how not to use the VIX. Case Study 1. The perfect hedge, the 2020 COVID crash. In late January 2020, the stock market was at an all-time high. The VIX was sleeping at a level of 12. But smart money started noticing supply chain disruptions in Asia and news of a novel virus. The risk was asymmetric. Let's say you had a $100,000 portfolio heavily invested in S&P 500 index funds. You decided to spend just 1% or $1,000 buying out-of-the-money VIX call options expiring in April. You treated that $1,000 like an insurance premium. If nothing happened, you lose the $1,000. By March, the reality of the pandemic set in. The S&P 500 dropped by 34% in the fastest crash in history. Your $100,000 stock portfolio was now worth roughly $66,000. It hurt. But what happened to the VIX? The fear gauge exploded from 12 to over 80, the highest level ever recorded. Those VIX call options you bought for $1,000, driven by insane implied volatility and intrinsic value, that small position could have easily been worth $25,000 to $40,000. By selling those VIX options at the peak of the panic, you generated a massive cash pile. You could then use that cash to buy back into your favorite stocks at rock bottom, discounted prices. You didn't just survive the Black Swan, you capitalized on it. Case Study 2, the Volmageddon wipeout, February 2018. Now, let's look at the dark side. Because the VIX constantly bleeds money due to Contango, a massive trade became popular in 2016 and 2017, shorting the VIX. People bought products like the 14, an inverse volatility ETF that actually paid you when volatility dropped. For 2 years, it was free money. But volatility is like a coiled spring. The longer you press it down, the more violently it eventually snaps. In February 2018, slightly higher inflation data spooked the market. The S&P 500 dropped a few percentage points, nothing major. But the VIX spiked by over 100% in a single day. Because the inverse VIX products were legally obligated to rebalance daily, the massive spike forced them to buy VIX futures at the absolute peak to cover their short positions, creating a vicious feedback loop. The 14 ETF collapsed, dropping over 90% in after-hours trading. Billions of dollars of retail wealth evaporated overnight. This event is now known as Volmageddon. The lesson? Never underestimate the explosive power of volatility and never get caught naked shorting the VIX when the market is complacent. So, how do you apply this to your own portfolio today? Let's summarize the strategy into a clear, actionable blueprint. Step 1. Identify your core portfolio exposure. Are you heavy in tech, real estate, broad index funds? You need to know what you are protecting. The VIX is highly correlated to the S&P 500. If you hold obscure micro-cap stocks, the VIX might not protect you perfectly. Step 2. Allocate an insurance budget. Never use more than 1% to 2% of your portfolio cash to buy VIX hedges. Remember, 90% of the time, this insurance will expire worthless. You must be emotionally prepared to lose the premium you pay. It is a cost of doing business. Step 3. Timing the entry. Do not buy VIX products when the VIX is already at 30 or 40. That is buying insurance after the house has caught fire. The premiums are too expensive. The best time to buy VIX calls or short-term UVXY positions is when the market is greedy, the S&P 500 is making new highs, and the VIX is sleeping below 15. Step 4. Have an exit strategy. Spikes in the VIX are incredibly short-lived. The Federal Reserve will step in, governments will announce stimulus, and fear will subside. The VIX is mean reverting. If you catch a Black Swan and your VIX hedge goes up 500%, do not get greedy. Sell the hedge, take the cash, and deploy it into the beaten down stock market. At the end of the day, utilizing the VIX isn't just about math, contango, or derivatives. It is about psychology. The stock market is driven by two emotions, greed and fear. Most investors get swept away by the current. They're greedy at the top and terrified at the bottom. By understanding and utilizing the VIX, you are stepping out of the emotional current. You stop becoming a victim of market crashes, and you become a predator waiting for the perfect opportunity. You are literally monetizing other people's panic. Remember, a Black Swan is only a disaster if you aren't prepared for it. Build your ark before it starts raining. If you found value in this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next advanced market analysis. Drop a comment below. Have you ever tried trading the VIX, and what was your experience? Until next time, manage your risk, stay objective, and I'll see you in the next video.